I used to think I was living the dream. Like, straight up, we were the family everyone envied online. I mean, who wouldn't? We had the house with the open concept kitchen, the weekly Taco Tuesdays live streams, the golden retriever named Oliver who somehow always sat perfectly still during family photos. We called it the Grant Life Unfiltered. The irony? It was filtered to hell and back. Now, don't get me wrong, I didn't set out to deceive anyone. At first, it was innocent. I posted a clip of my daughter Eden's film project. It went semi-viral. Then, boom, Layla gets the idea. Let's start a family blog. For real. She said it like she was pitching a startup, all confidence and bright eyes. Babe, we could actually help people. Show them real family life. The good, the messy, the magical. I should have known when she said messy. She didn't mean our mess. She meant curated chaos, the kind with good lighting and a playful font. I'll never forget our first video. We're standing in the kitchen. Layla's in this soft white sweater, doing that laugh she only does when the camera's rolling, all breathy and exaggerated. Eden's holding the camera steady. Marcus is juggling oranges in the background like it's a sitcom. Layla turns to me and says, "Noah, tell the people what we're making tonight." And I smile. I play the role. "Organic pesto chicken with roasted veggies and sarcasm on the side," I say. Boom, that was it. Hundreds of thousands of views. Comments flooded in. "You guys are the dream. Adopt me. This is what family should look like." And I believed it. Hell, I needed to believe it. But here's what the cameras didn't catch. Me and Layla arguing in whispers after every recording. Her checking the analytics mid-dinner. Me asking if we could just maybe skip filming on Sundays, and her looking at me like I'd just asked her to cancel Christmas. One night, we were lying in bed, the kids asleep, dog snoring at our feet. I reached over and said, "Lay, do you ever feel like we're performing?" She didn't miss a beat. "We're building a brand, Noah. Don't confuse authenticity with oversharing." That one hit me hard, because I thought the whole point of this was being real. But Layla? She was always 10 steps ahead, polishing, editing, tweaking the truth until it was palatable. Then came the first sign. Something was off. Marcus was editing a blooper reel, just silly stuff from filming. He calls me over, laughing. "Dad, check this out. Mom forgot the mic was still on." I watch it. It's Layla standing in the living room, brushing her hair back and whispering, "Make sure Julian doesn't see the second draft, okay?" Pause. Julian? Marcus didn't catch it, just skipped to the next gag. But me? My brain froze. I asked her about it later that night, pretending to be casual. "Hey, who's Julian?" She blinked, just for a split second, then smiled. "Oh, someone from yoga." Now here's the thing. Layla doesn't do yoga, at least, not with me. I didn't press, not then. But that moment, that little flicker in her eyes, that's when I knew. Our picture-perfect life might have been real online, but offline, something was seriously broken. You ever have one of those moments where everything feels normal, but one tiny, seemingly meaningless thing throws your entire reality into question? Yeah, that was me. Sitting in our living room, drinking green tea from a mug that said, "Best Dad Ever," a gift Layla gave me in our first year of blogging. Back when I still believed in that title. Marcus was editing his school project. Just a day-in-the-life video for his media class, nothing major. He had his headphones on, all focused, when I heard him say, "Mom's being weird in this clip." I looked over. He hit play. The video starts with Eden holding the camera. Layla's brushing her hair, fixing her smile like she always does before a shoot. And then, off mic but caught anyway, she whispers, "Don't let Julian see the second draft." Clear as day. She glances at the camera, notices it's already recording, immediately snaps into her mom blogger voice. "Hey loves, welcome back to the Grant Life." Boom. Back into character. I couldn't even move it. It was such a short moment, 5 seconds, tops. But it was like someone kicked open a locked door in my brain. Julian. That name wasn't from our circle. Not school, not neighbors, not even one of those random internet followers Layla sometimes mentions. This was someone else, someone's secret. That night I brought it up. We were doing dishes. She was drying the wine glasses like they were made of crystal, even though they were from Target. I kept it light. Hey, who's Julian? Marcus caught a funny clip earlier and I heard you mention him. She didn't flinch, didn't look surprised, just paused. Then, oh, that's someone from my yoga accountability group. She chuckled. He's annoying, always trying to rewrite our posts for engagement. And just like that, she slid it back into normal, smooth, practiced, like a magician palming a card. Except Layla doesn't have a yoga group. She talks about doing yoga, posts about it, but I've never seen her actually go. I stood there, holding a wet plate in my hand, looking at this woman I thought I knew, and all I could think was, how many times have I ignored this feeling? That moment cracked something inside me, just a hairline fracture. But enough. I went upstairs after dinner. Layla stayed on the couch, scrolling TikTok and pretending to laugh. I closed our bedroom door and opened her laptop. Yeah, I know, it's a violation, but trust me, when your gut screams louder than your conscience, you listen. She was still logged in, Gmail, Docs. I searched Julian, and what I found wasn't just a name. It was a folder titled Content Planning J. Inside, drafts of blog entries, rewrites of our captions, email threads. Some sounded businesslike, strategic, but some, they were different. Your words calm me when things get too loud at home. You see the real me, not the filtered version. I wish I could tell him, but I can't. Not yet. My stomach dropped. This wasn't just a collaborator. This wasn't just yoga. This was something else. I sat there in the dark, rereading those words, trying to tell myself maybe it was a creative partner, a ghostwriter even. Maybe I was misreading it. Maybe I was paranoid. But then I saw a draft email, never sent, just sitting in her drafts folder. Subject line, I think I'm falling for you, and I hate myself for it. That was it. That was the exact moment I knew. Our life, our blog, our entire identity as America's favorite family, it was built on a lie. You ever try to stop looking, but the more you find, the more you have to know? That was me. 2 a.m., alone, staring at Layla's inbox like it held the blueprint to the life I thought I had. Let me be clear. I didn't go looking for a scandal. I went looking for peace. But what I found, it lit my world on fire. I told myself it was a one-time peak, just to confirm I was overthinking it. But once you crack that door open, you start seeing shadows everywhere. Emails, Instagram DMs, shared Google Docs labeled talking points for our Q&A videos, except some of them had his notes on them. Julian's, actual comments like, frame the marriage struggles as growth moments. Don't make him the villain yet. Avoid Noah in next week's blog. Use Eden's voice instead. More engagement. I'm not making this up. The man was editing our story, like it was his. I started noticing other things, patterns, changes in behavior. Layla started taking mental health breaks from the blog, always on Thursdays. She said she was doing guided journaling or vision board therapy. Turns out, Julian lives one city over. And Thursdays? That was his day off. Now, here's where it gets worse, much worse. I checked our shared iCloud calendar. Back when things were good, we used it to sync everything. Content shoots, dentist appointments, family movie nights. I scrolled back. Every self-care Thursday had a vague 3-hour block marked, digital detox, no phones. But when I clicked the location tag on one of them, it pinged a coffee shop in Midtown. Same one she once said had bad Wi-Fi, so we couldn't shoot there. I don't know why I did it, but I looked up the shop's Instagram. There it was, a black and white photo, taken 2 months ago. The caption, favorite table, favorite company. Thursdays never disappoint. No tags, but the reflection in the coffee glass. You could see her hair, her smile, and a man's hand resting over hers. I swear I couldn't breathe. It's one thing to suspect it, it's another to see it. And yet, I didn't confront her. Not yet. Because something in me snapped, not in an angry way, but in a scientific way. Like, if I'm going to burn this to the ground, I want to document every match she struck. I pulled our financials next. Not because of the money, because of the motive. I figured if she was hiding emotional stuff, maybe there was more. Bank charges, gift shops, hotel dinners, names I didn't recognize, places we never filmed. There was a recurring charge to a florist called Bloom and Thread. Once a month, every month, like clockwork. I drove there? Yeah, I drove there. Told them I was picking up for Layla. The girl behind the counter smiled and said, "Oh, for Julian again?" I said, "Yep," and smiled like my insides weren't turning to ash. That night, I sat in the driveway, engine off, car dark, watching her through the kitchen window, dancing with Eden as they made dinner. Laughing, perfect, flawless, it looked like a movie. But I knew now. It was all scripted. I didn't go inside for 20 minutes, and when I did, I kissed her cheek. She smiled. "Long day?" I smiled back. "The longest." I thought I was the one uncovering secrets. Turns out, I wasn't even close to the biggest bombshell. Because the real twist? It came from the one person I never expected. My daughter, Eden. Now, Eden's always been the observant one. Sharp, creative. Doesn't say much, but when she does, it cuts right to the bone. She's the one who edits most of our behind-the-scenes vlog content. Nothing fancy. Just bloopers, family outtakes, stuff we never post. We keep it stored on an external drive labeled scraps. Anyway, one Sunday afternoon, Eden came into the kitchen holding that hard drive in her hand like it was ticking. She looked pale, eyes wide, like she'd seen a ghost. She didn't say, "Hey," didn't ask for a snack. She just stood there and said, "Dad, can we talk?" We went into the garage, away from Layla, just me, her, and the hum of the freezer in the corner. She opened the laptop, scrolled, clicked a folder. It wasn't just video files. It was screenshots, drafts, a folder titled Alt Grant Life. Hidden, not password protected, but buried. She clicked on one draft labeled, "What if he finds out?" It was a blog post, never published, written by Layla. It wasn't in her usual chirpy, camera-ready tone. This one was raw, personal, almost like a diary entry. She wrote things like, "Noah still believes in this life we've created. I envy that. Julian listens to me in ways I forgot I needed. Some nights I lay next to my husband and wonder if he'd notice if I disappeared." Eden's voice cracked. "Dad, I didn't mean to find this. I was just trying to cut bloopers. But then I saw this folder. I didn't know what to do." I was silent, completely frozen. She looked up at me, eyes red, but not just from shock, from betrayal. "Is Mom cheating on you?" And you know what broke me most? It wasn't her question. It was that I didn't answer, because I couldn't. Eden slammed the laptop shut. "I hate this. I hate all of it. I thought we were helping people with the blog. I thought we were, like, authentic. But it's all fake, isn't it?" I reached for her hand. She pulled away, and then she asked the one question I still hear in my sleep. Did she ever love us? Or were we just her brand? I didn't know what to say. I still don't. That night, Eden packed up all her camera gear, said she was done filming. Marcus didn't ask questions. He just followed her lead. For the first time since we launched the blog, we didn't post. No stories, no captions, no Happy Monday hashtags. Just silence. And in that silence, I realized something terrifying. This wasn't just about an affair. This was about a lifetime of pretending. And now, the kids knew. I used to think the internet was our biggest ally. It built our brand, gave us a voice, paid our bills. But let me tell you something I've learned the hard way. The internet doesn't love you. It loves your image. And the second that image cracks, it turns on you like a pack of wolves. It happened overnight. We were already shaken. Eden wasn't filming. Marcus had deleted his TikTok account, and Layla was walking around the house like a ghost with perfect contour. Then, it dropped. At 6:42 a.m., I got a text from a friend. "Bro, you need to check Reddit, now." My stomach hit the floor. I opened the link. There it was. A data dump, screenshots, drafts, DMs. Layla's private entries, including that "what if he finds out" blog post, all leaked, even the florist receipts, the pictures, the table in Midtown. The caption, "America's favorite family is a lie, here's the proof." It exploded. Within hours, we were trending. #unfollow the Grants, #Layla lies, #justice for Noah. Our comment sections, a dumpster fire. She's a fraud. He knew and played along. They're both scammers. I used to follow them for parenting tips. Now I follow for the tea. Layla was in the kitchen when I saw it. Phone in her hand, eyes wide. She looked up at me like a kid caught stealing. "Noah, I swear I don't know how this happened." I cut her off. "Save it. You want to tell me you got hacked? Go ahead. But this didn't come from thin air." She dropped her phone. Literally dropped it. Then the tears came. Full performance mode. "I never meant for it to get this far. I needed something for me. Something that wasn't curated. Julian understood that." I laughed. Like, actually laughed. Because the irony was brutal. You needed something real, so you built a fake life and shared it with 500,000 people. The kids stayed in their rooms, didn't say a word, not one. Eden unplugged the Wi-Fi. Marcus took down every family picture from the hallway. Layla stood there, mascara streaking down her cheeks, begging for me to help her fix it. "Crisis manage it," she said. "As a team." As a team. That word used to mean something. Now it was a tagline. One more marketing hook. Sponsors pulled out that same day. Every brand deal, gone. Our main source of income, erased in 24 hours. Even our most loyal followers turned. One DM said, "I feel like I lost a friend. You lied to us. I trusted you." And you know what? That one stung. Not because we lost a follower. Because she was right. We did lie. Layla with her secret life. And me? I lied too. Every time I hit publish on a perfect family moment, knowing damn well it wasn't real. That night, Layla slept in the guest room. If she slept at all. I stayed downstairs on the couch, watching old episodes of our vlog. There was one where we were carving pumpkins, laughing, playful, kissing each other on the cheek. I remember that night. I also remember she left right after filming. Said she had a brand consult dinner. Now I know she was with Julian. So yeah, the internet gave us everything, and then it burned our house down. But in a weird way, it was a gift, because sometimes the only way to see the truth is to have it go fully public. There's a kind of silence that comes after the truth drops. Not peace, not relief, just this thick, airless quiet, like the house itself is holding its breath. That was us. 3 days after the internet nuked our life. 3 days of walking past each other like ghosts. 3 days of pretending the kids weren't watching every little move we made. And then, I couldn't do it anymore. It was late. The kids were asleep. I was sitting at the kitchen table, the same one we'd filmed hundreds of family dinner scenes around. Layla came in, wearing my old hoodie like it meant something, hair tied up, no makeup. She looked real for once. She sat across from me, didn't say a word. I broke the silence, simple, direct. Was any of it real? She blinked, didn't cry, didn't panic, it just folded. "I loved you," she said. I do love you. But somewhere along the way, I got addicted to being seen. Really seen. Julian made me feel... I cut her off. Don't you dare say he made you feel alive or understood. That's not an excuse. You used me. You used our kids for likes, for validation, and for him. That's when the tears came. Not the performative ones, real ones, the kind that don't have sound. Just shaking shoulders and broken breathing. She wiped her face and choked out, "I didn't know how to stop." The more perfect we looked online, the more miserable I felt. Julian wasn't supposed to happen, but he felt safe when you started pulling away. I nearly flipped the table. I was pulling away? Are you serious right now? I was raising our kids, editing your reels, cleaning up your mess. You needed a break? You take one. But don't rewrite history like I was the one who disappeared. She sat in silence for a minute, then whispered something I'll never forget. Sometimes, I wondered what would happen if I just walked out during a shoot, just left. Would anyone even notice the real me was gone? I leaned forward, eyes locked. The real you left a long time ago, Layla. I stood up, took off my wedding ring, laid it on the table between us. I'm done. You can tell Julian whatever you want, but you're not going to rewrite this story to make yourself the victim. She started begging. I'll shut the blog down. I'll cut him off. I'll do therapy. Just don't throw away our family. I shook my head. You didn't just throw it away. You sold it, packaged it, monetized it. You turned our love into a storyline. And now the season's over. I slept in the car that night, not because I had to, because I wanted to. I needed distance, space, silence that didn't lie to me. The next morning, I told the kids. Eden didn't say anything. She just nodded and walked out the front door with her camera bag. Marcus whispered, I knew something was off. I just didn't want to be right. I filed for legal separation that afternoon. No cameras, no hashtags, just papers, just truth. You ever notice how the world doesn't stop spinning just because your life falls apart? The sun still rises. The dog still needs to be walked. The trash still goes out on Tuesdays. But inside, you're sitting in the ruins of a life that used to look perfect. That was me. Post-scandal, post-separation, post-performance. It's been 4 months since Layla and I called it. The blog is gone. The domain, deactivated. Every video, every caption, every "look how happy we are" post, wiped. We nuked the brand, but the memories? Those don't delete as easily. Eden's off at film school now. She got accepted to this experimental media program in Portland. I helped her move into the dorms. She hugged me longer than she ever had before. Right before I left, she said, "You were the real one, Dad, even when everything else felt fake." I swear to you, I held it together until I got back in the car. Marcus is different now, quieter. He still cracks jokes, but they hit differently. One night, we were watching some old superhero movie, and out of nowhere, he said, I used to think being famous would be awesome. Now I think it would just suck. I asked him why. He shrugged and said, "'Cause everyone knows your story, Ixie, but no one asks if it's true." Yeah, that one hit. And Layla? She moved in with her sister. Far as I know, she's still taking time to reflect. We talk only when we have to. School stuff, scheduling, legal logistics. Every now and then, I get an email from her. Always long, always emotional. She says she's working on herself. She asks if there's still hope. I haven't answered, not because I'm cruel, but because I'm still figuring out my story now. A story without a script, without a ring light, without a comment section. I still record videos, but now it's just voice notes. No edits, no filters. Sometimes I just talk about the silence, about parenting, about how weird it is to start over at 38. And people still listen. Not in the hundreds of thousands, but enough. Real ones. Here's the thing. We always talked about being authentic online. But you can't choose what parts of yourself are real and call that truth. That's branding. Now, I don't brand, I breathe. So what do we choose to share now? Not perfection, not scripted moments, not curated chaos, just honesty, even when it's ugly, even when it hurts, even when it's quiet. The end. Or maybe just a new beginning. So what do you think? Is truth worth the wreckage it sometimes brings? Have you ever had to rebuild your life from ground zero? I want to hear your story. Drop a comment, send a message, or just say, I see you. Because sometimes that's all we really need.